Today. It's a good friend of Kurt. I'd like you to all please give your attention to the former senator from the great state of Minnesota, Dave Durenberger. Thank you all very much.
This is one heck of a way to save Minnesota. You guys are all doing it. It's really terrific. But I think we ought to, another hand we ought to have is for everybody with an orange shirt here tonight. These are the folks that are really making a difference. For all the people that donated all these gifts that you're all paying money for tonight, and all the other people who in one way or another, and everybody in this room, I've never seen this kind of crowd at this event, but it's fantastic. So thank you for the opportunity to just say a few words. I just want to broaden Eric's message a little bit. I want to start with two guys that are going to be 80 years old this year, me and Howie. We've known each other for 30 years. We've been fishing Rainey's for 30 years. We found Durenberger Reef where you can always catch fish, right on the Canadian-Minnesota border. And we went to the Supreme Court together, and we got kicked off at this so-called Sandra Day O'Connor when the wrong decision came down. But we said, that's just the start. It's just the start. Here's why, and all I want to do is broaden Eric's message. I'm born and raised in Minnesota. I started fishing, I can't even remember how young I was. It started with my grandpa. I got 12 grandkids, and I'm starting every one up the same way, starting on some Minnesota lake, even the two kids from California and the two kids from Kentucky. They're going to start on a Minnesota lake. Why? Why? First, because this is the land, we don't have a big ocean out here that everybody comes to see. We don't have a Golden Gate Bridge that everybody comes to see. We don't have big mountains that everybody climbs. We've got 15,000 lakes in this state. We have more miles of lakeshore in this state to be fished from than any state other than Oklahoma. And the only reason Oklahoma's got more is that they had a United States Senator who was on the Right Appropriations Committee, and he got to spend a hell of a lot of money just creating lakes. But as somebody has already said, God gave us these lakes. They were here when we all arrived. Everybody arrived here. Why? Because it's a gift to be a Minnesotan. And that gift is, here's the thing I took out of the Minnesota paper. Eric said he didn't make page 1, but here's what he made. Here's what we made. Right there. Thanks. I don't know how many of you can see this, but this is a Minnesotan. Happens to be a chef, and it's a story. I have a love and a passion for the outdoors that takes precedence in my life. It equalizes and it rejuvenates me, and that's a full-page story in this paper. A Minnesotan who has the spirit of the outdoors and the gift of living in this state. It's an incredible gift. And for all of you who have found a business opportunity around one of these lakes, for all of you who spend your time fishing in this state, there's something special about it. I'm going to read something I just read for the second time tonight. Fishing is more than catching, if you've ever wondered. It's also made up of things like sunsets and loon calls, backlashes, and mosquito attacks. But most of all, fishing is camaraderie. Good times spent with good friends in a sport that's never truly mastered by any one of the participants. Call it good fortune, for it means that all of us who went a line pursue a common mystery. It matters not that one fisherman may cast a fly more deftly than the next, and surely luck, being what it is, isn't always evenly divided. Yet we are all equals within the confines of a fishing boat in our eternal quest to make a fish open his mouth. That's Joe Feligy back in 1982. To make a fish open his mouth. So, I don't want to call this an entitlement, but I think we are, as a state, entitled to the greatest gift we've ever been given. And the people who represent us in this state, as Eric said, whether it's the 1998 law or in 2008, when the people of this state voted to tax themselves to preserve our heritage, our natural heritage, the people have spoken. The people of this state have spoken. And I say they've spoken to the issue of fishing, and in that context you have Mille Lacs, you have all these other issues. But mainly, you have people like you who are willing to come out year after year, event after event, put your money, your presence, your time, your families on the line. And we need the elected officials in this state to do the very same thing on our behalf. Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you very much, Senator. Appreciate it.